Whoever your candidate is, talk about your candidate for an hour. Don't even mention Barack Obama's name. It's not worth it. Talk about your candidate and what you believe. And remember, Obama's about to start coming unglued, okay? And I'm trying to wrap this up as quick as I can. But he, President Selfie Pajama Boy, is going to be staring in front of the mirror as the media turns to Iowa, New Hampshire, South Carolina. And Obama's going to angrily be like, Joe Biden does not inspire his own family. Hillary Clinton is toxic. The governor of Maryland that just left is such a boring, nondescript white guy that even he does not know who he is. And these losers want to take my job. Obama doesn't care about the Democratic Party. He's going to get dragged kicking and screaming, but he will go. He's going to undermine whoever his successor wants to be because he can't help himself the same way Clinton undermined Al Gore, okay? So, let Obama implode. Let him self-destruct. And when a guy is self-destructing, get out of the way. And most importantly, and this is going to be the hardest thing for you guys to do, beat each other up during the primaries. I love a good primary. That's an exchange of ideas. If you believe life begins at conception, and you believe here that it's a woman's right to choose, no, you don't compromise. We should have those debates. If you're a neocon like me who likes to blow stuff up, and you're a paleocon, have those fights. I'm all for it. Now, if anybody tries to raise taxes, I lock them in a room until Grover Norquist makes their ears bleed, okay? We gotta stand for something. But beat the daylights out of each other. Have Michelle Malkin and Mark Levin here. Have Karl Rove and Reince Priebus here. That's good. But here's my rule. You've got 18 months to beat the tar out of each other. Once we have a presidential nominee, I turn into Reince Priebus's evil twin, establishment shill. I go to the Tea Party, the Libertarians, the Constitutionalists, the American Independents, the gay Republicans, the evangelical Republicans, everybody on the conservative Republican spectrum, and I tell them, shut up and vote Republican. Do not go third party, do not stay home, be good soldiers like Colonel Allen West, and fall into line behind whoever the nominee is, and do not let 12 dipsticks in Dixville Notch, New Hampshire tell you the race is over before 60 million Republicans vote. Because these are people who get up at 4 in the morning, okay, in sub-zero weather, put on a tuxedo to seek advice from a groundhog. And you want these people picking your presidential nominee? No. Beat each other up during the primaries, come together for the general elections, beat the daylights out of the left. Because remember, it's not about ideological purity. It's about winning and governing. So I said my advice was shut up and vote Republican. I'm going to take my own advice. I'm going to vote Republican. I'm going to shut up. I will be there selling copies of my books. I take checks from conservatives, not from liberals. Even though the dollar's only worth 70 cents, I won't hold it against you. And again, please fill that hat because it's expensive to get back to Los Angeles. If you don't buy one book, buy all 3. And I've got 2 new books coming out in April. One, a Jewish history book, 6,000 years of Jewish history as told by somebody who missed the first 5,960 years. Thank you and God bless.
I got this. You want another one or is
That's good.
The more books I sell, the handsomer I am.
Okay, thank you, Everett. Appreciate the humor. We needed the humor. Oh, that's nice.
Like you want to pick it up and say sure.
Yeah, I'm going to have
Hey folks, how you doing? My name is Joe Kincannon. I'm a retired captain from NYPD, and I'm the guy that's behind Support Your Local Police from here to Timbuktu, around the city of New York. I'm also a former Republican conservative candidate for public office in Queens County. We've made our way around the borough today, earlier at Brooklyn Borough Hall, and just a few minutes ago, I guess, where were we?
at a Georgian restaurant.
A Georgian restaurant over Ocean Parkway, meeting with a crew of people over there. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to get the silent majority here in the city of New York to wake up and speak up, quite frankly, for law enforcement here in the United States, across America, quite frankly. It isn't just Bill de Blasio that's putting down our police department, painting them as racist, out of control, and abusive cops. that's being done by the front office as well, that starts with the President of the United States. And due to respect for your former speaker, I won't mention his name, but you know who I'm talking about, all right? And the U.S. Attorney General for the United States of America, and I'm not going to mention his name either. I hope he just eviscerates into the past and becomes another unknown entity out there. But I do need your support. This Tuesday, we are running a rally at Queensborough Hall. It's a rally at, thanks. Brooklyn Borough Hall. Last one's still on my mind. Brooklyn Borough Hall at 6 p.m. And it's going to be in Columbus Park, right outside. It's called the back of Brooklyn Borough Hall, where those gigantic steps are. We need you down there. We need your voices heard. And the only voice we want to hear is we support our police. As this fine gentleman said, and I don't even know who he is yet, although I am going to take a peek at that book, all right? Mentioning the names of these individuals only gives them more honor and more attention. Bill de Blasio doesn't deserve that. Neither does Al Sharpton. Neither do any of the professional agitators that have come into town to swing their circus throughout our cities, disrupt our traffic, stop the FDR Drive, fill up the Holland Tunnel, and cause our officers to get injured across the Brooklyn Bridge. We don't need to draw attention to these people. We need to draw attention to the taxpayers of the city of New York. It all sounds good, it sounds great, but it's absolutely meaningless if it drops from my lips and goes nowhere. All right? You people have to put this into action. Whether you live here in Brooklyn or any other part of the region, you've got to get down to these rallies. We're going to be at Brooklyn, like I said, at Brooklyn Borough Hall on the 20th at 6 p.m. We're going to be in Staten Island on the 27th, and we're going to be at the 120 precinct in Staten Island at 6 p.m. We're going to be up at the Bronx on February 3rd at noon at 161 in the Grand Concourse in front of the courthouse. We're coming back to Queens after that on the 10th, and the 10th of February, and we're going to be at the Greek Center on 29th Street and 22nd Avenue in Astoria, New York. Then on the 23rd, we're going to be in the Rockaways, because they asked us to come down to Beach 116th Street in the boardwalk near the Memorial. We need you to get the word out there. We need you to...
Manhattan?
No. We'll be... I'm not finished yet. All right? We need you to get the word out on Facebook. Search the title on Facebook. Support your local police. Phil in the back there has been putting up rallies for each one of the event rallies notices on Facebook for each one of these. Connect with us on Facebook. If you know other people that are like-minded, connect with us on Facebook. The grand finale, which this gentleman has just alluded to, is on March 8th, Sunday, March 8th at 2 p.m. in the afternoon. Your first name?
Eric.
2 p.m. 2 p.m.
Yeah.
As Eric said, during the primaries, we're like a squabbling bunch of brothers and sisters beating the living hell out of each other. The primary's over. We've got to let this mayor know that we support our police. And it doesn't matter where you come from, what you look like, what you wear to Sunday Mass. We've got to get down there on that rally on the 8th and make this city realize that the people who actually run this city are the taxpayers and the voters of the city of New York. Will you help me?
Yes.
If anyone wants more flyers to give out to friends, neighbors, family.
I would only ask this of you, and Glenn, thank you for giving me the time here and the podium. I'll ask this of you. If you could, connect with Phil. Leave him your email address, all right? Please leave him your email address. That way we can notify you for each one of these rallies, all right? If you do that for me, I'd appreciate it. And also, deep dark undercover here, Nancy's been helping me try and get some of the speakers for Brooklyn. All right, so Nancy, you know, I wouldn't come here and not acknowledge the work that you're doing behind the scenes. Now, the other piece of this, which is going on behind the scenes, is we're trying to run a theme through each one of these. All right, you know, the vast ethnic community of Queens was highlighted at that last rally at Queensborough Hall. So we had people from the Georgian, Chechen, South Asian, Chinese, Korean. I mean, we had everybody in there.
Sri Lankan?
Yeah, I didn't even know. Right? I mean, we had people from just about every single background that you could imagine.
Don't forget the Irish.
Hey, most of the boy was up front. All right. So you know, for Brooklyn, we're trying to get a focus on the business community. All right, and we want business leaders to stand up and say why they support the police department, because that's very important. We all know, as Republicans, conservatives, even some of the Tea Party people here, we all know, what does a business need in order to flourish?
Customers.
Customers. What else?
Protection.
Security, but they need to be able to predict what the future is going to be like so they can fix their cost and so they can do bookkeeping and accounting and forecasting, right? So what they need is stability. If the mayor winds up handcuffing the police in every single practical way, and you ask Germani Williams, Germani now wants the cops to be sued or criminal charges for this chokehold thing, and if it looks like a headlock and it's not a chokehold, or if it looks like a takedown maneuver and it's not a chokehold, then our officers are going to get tied up in court. They are going to be reluctant to do anything out in the street. Am I correct or not?
Yes.
Yep. All right. So what is the predictable outcome of that? If the cops are afraid to do their jobs on the street, what will happen? Can you tell me? Can anyone in this room tell me what will happen?
Chaos.
Chaos returns to the street, and I'll tell you, as a police captain, there's three things we talk about, right? We talk about crime, we talk about disorder, and we talk about fear. A police officer can address crime because I can come up to you and I can say, will you tell me what the circumstances of your incident were, and I'll report it, and we'll keep a detailed record of that. And maybe if there's a pattern, and when we talk about patterns, we're talking about 10, 20, 30 instances of crime before they can actually discern a good pattern and go after someone. So that's reactive policing, by the way. All right, but we can do that about crime, and in addressing crime, we can come out and talk to fine groups like this about crime. With disorder in the streets, we can address that as well. We can say, no, 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 sir, you're not allowed to disrupt traffic. No, ma'am, you're not allowed to ride your bicycle on the sidewalk. No, you know, and we can do all those sorts of things. But folks, and I'm telling you this from the bottom of my heart, fighting fear has taken us years. It's taken us years to turn that back. And if fear permeates the streets of the city of New York because people are afraid to come out to find establishments like this, our economy will implode. It will cause our taxes to rise because you won't have that fundamental base coming in. All right? So when we talk about crime, disorder, and fear, and some of the predictable outcomes from handcuffing the police, this is what we're talking about. If you come down to that rally, it's not about bashing any of these idiots that we've seen in the national media. It is about one thing, and one thing only. And that message has to be clear from sea to shining sea, to ring off of every apartment building in Manhattan, and that's, we support our local police. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Beautiful.
Thank you so much, Joe.
Oh wait, that one was blurry. Hang on, get another one.
Did a great job.
Yeah,
One more over here.
We'll get it clear on.
One more. Right,
Good.
post that up on my page. Okay.
If anybody wants to get involved in helping me organize these rallies, please do. If anybody wants to make a donation to help me keep this running, let me know. Email me at joe.concannon, C-O-N-C-A-N-N-O-N, @gmail.com. The future rallies, as long as this one as well, will be carried under the auspices of Square Deal Committee, Inc., newly formed, Remember, these rallies are nonpartisan because why? Because public safety at 911 doesn't ask you what your party affiliation is. All it does is respond. All right? Thank you.
Thank you so much. It's very important to come out and support the police. I know Jamani Williams personally. I served in student government with him in Brooklyn College, so I know what he's all about since day one. I want to thank everyone for coming out here. We're about to wrap up in a couple of minutes. Once again, we have our forms if you want to become a member of the club to support us. It's $30 if you're 40 or above, which is a non-voting member. I'm going to get you up. You're coming up there. And then if you're a student, it's $10. If you're a member of the military, police, firefighters, EMS, it's $20. College student, it's $20. And also, if you are 40 and below and a regular worker, it's $35. You can go to our website at brooklynyr.com to pay it on PayPal or by check. There's an address you can send it to, or you could do it here. There's a form here. So without further ado, I would also like to bring up Frankie Russo. Frankie Russo, also for the new people that just came in, Nicole Meliatakis couldn't make it today because of the weather and the driving conditions. She will be coming on February 22nd, same time frame as it is today, 12:30 to 2:30. There'll be more information up on our website, Facebook, and all the other pages where you'll have more information when that's going to be. Also, Frankie Russo is the president of the Brooklyn Tea Party. Next week, same location here, January 25th from 1 to 3 p.m. There will be a Brooklyn Tea Party meeting here. So everyone's welcome to join us, to come here and go to the meeting. So we appreciate your attendance. And Frankie Russo is also not only the president of the Brooklyn Tea Party, he is also a radio talk show host on WABC Radio, 770 AM. Frankie Russo Show. And that's at 1 a.m. Friday night, which is basically Saturday morning. And that's from 1 to 2 a.m. What's up, brother? And for those people who don't know, the caller that comes in as Bill Clinton, that's me. Without further ado,
everybody, I'm not gonna. I just want to say we got a meeting next Sunday here from 1 to 3, Brooklyn Tea Party. I mean, you know, I want you all to come. We're gonna take this organization from 20 angry white boys. It's gonna be reflective of the demographics of Brooklyn, and they're on our way. And I just want everybody, if you can make it next Sunday from 1 to 3 here, it'd be great. And that's all I'm gonna say. We're gonna make it happen. We're moving forward. We're gonna take all the ideas from the Tea Party and we're gonna make them, we're gonna document them, we're gonna move it forward, we're gonna get organized, and we're getting ready for 2016. So that's all I'm gonna say. We're moving, we're working, and we're gonna get moving. That's it.
Thank you, Frankie. Also, you can also follow the club, the Brooklyn Young Republican Club, on Twitter. And we are about to approach our 1,000th member. That's coming up soon. Hopefully we'll be 1,000 to get a prize. But we would like for you to also come to our next meeting once again. It's February 22nd, and it will be from 12:30 to 2:30. And I just want to thank everyone again for coming out. I mentioned earlier, and for the new people that came in, it's our first president's birthday today. Seth Lowe, 1880. Really? Exception for this club. So he celebrated his 165th birthday. There you go. Now he doesn't look a shade under 150.
How's he doing? How's he doing?
He uses a great skincare product. So I want to thank everyone for coming out. We're going to watch, whoever wants to stick around afterwards, we'll go out in the lobby over there. There's TV screens on TV. We'll be watching the football game. So whoever wants to join us to watch the football game, more than welcome to join us. Help Eric out over here, buy a book or help donate.
Love 'em?
Oh, you want to talk?
Yeah, I want to say something.
Let's bring her around. Come on.